I'm Bianca.
And I'm Shawnee.
And you're listening to Mindful BS,
a weekly discussion about how we mindfully navigate through life's BS.
The major, the minor, and everything in between.
So you ready?
Let's do it.
Welcome back to another week of your favorite podcast, Mindful BS. I'm Shawnee.
And I'm Bianca.
And we missed you guys. Hope you guys didn't go too crazy with our week off. How have you been?
I've been okay. This week, it wasn't bad, it wasn't good, it was just a week. I gotta figure out two things are happening this week. One is Bree's birthday is coming up. She having a sleepover, so I had to order the stuff for the sleepover. So now I got all the stuff that I need for the sleepover, and I just need cocktails, patience, and Auntie Shawnee to come help me with this
girl. Girl, bye. No.
What do you, girl, bye?
No. You guys, so this is something that I did agree that I would be there. Hold on, because let's tell the whole story.
I didn't even say anything.
It was your face. It was your face. You guys, I had an issue when this idea came up a month or two ago. I was like, sure, I'll be there. It was supposed to be like 8 kids at the time. You know, it was just feeling like it was going to be a lot for Bianca. But then it wasn't happening. And then it was happening. But then again, it wasn't happening for sure this time because Bianca was going to get Bria yesterday. That's what Bria wanted. She said she didn't even want no kids celebrating her birthday because, you know, kids not even real or something along those lines. So I'm like, bet it's not happening. Days went by. Okay, it's been like 2-3 days. It's still, you know, slumber party is not happening. I'm like, all right, bet I didn't remade plans for the weekend. I didn't change my whole life up now this week. Yeah, so the slumber party is back on, bitch. Bye. It's gonna be off in 2 days.
No, it's not. I already ordered all the stuff, y'all. It's happening,
y'all. I don't know who worse, Bianca or Bree, because the way the plans it be there, then they not there, then they back on, and they back off, then I don't know. I can't keep up.
We like to change our minds a lot. I will give you that. We do be indecisive, but I mean, y'all don't worry about it. She gonna be there. I'll tell y'all about it when it's over.
Okay, that's what she think. I'm gonna leave a care package. I'm gonna knock at the door and leave a care package. What she say? She needed cocktails. Gotcha. Okay. No, I'll have cocktails, earplugs for you. You know, little face mask for you to. It's only gonna be 3 kids.
That's not even what I need. It's gonna be 4 total. You got a kid. You know how kids are. Multiply 4 kids. It's like 20.
No, it's not. Like, I'm not doing this. Okay.
4 kids is like me. You trying to throw me in the front of a classroom. 4 kids is like me.
Do y'all hear how quickly she just dramatized this entire 4 kids? It's like 20. Now it's a classroom, girl.
Like, what do you like?
There are single moms out here with 4 kids. Like, what are you talking about?
4 kids is something that I cannot do by myself. Okay. You would not set me up for failure like that. I just know you would.
You know what? That's why I'm gonna send you some stuff.
No. Whatever.
I'm gonna call Brie and give her a talk before the party. Like, I'm gonna do what I can, but I don't know the way my schedule look now. Like, we'll see. I can't make no promises now.
That's so crazy to me. But anyway, how was your week though?
You know, by the grace of God, I'm here. Yeah, I was down bad this week. I was down really, really bad. Like Monday night, I just had like a slight headache, and I kept feeling like I was about to throw up, but I never threw up. So I just went to sleep. And then when I woke up Tuesday morning, I was done for. My head was throbbing. I had chills. I was tired, no appetite. Like I was just it was really bad. So yeah, I'm good now though. And just a reminder to make sure you have everything you need in your house at all times because you never know when you just gonna be in the house for 5 days straight because you physically cannot do anything. So shout out
Yeah,
to my daughter. She was trying to take care of me. It was kind of
that's
cute until like that last day where she basically said, "You'll be okay. Just take
right.
a nap."
She was like, all right, that was cool,
She
but
said,
like,
"I've done all I could,
you're
mom. Like,
gonna have to get better,
get
ma'am.
better." She
Like,
literally was like, "It's okay, mom. You're better." And I'm like, "No, I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't feel good." She's like, "Okay, just take a nap." So, um, yeah. So this week kind of wasn't what I expected, but it was kind of ironic because on Monday I put out an episode of Shawnee Says where it was literally I literally said it's okay to rest. Now that's not the kind of rest that I was talking about, but in so many ways I do feel like God set my butt down and said,
Mhm.
no. You know what I mean? Like, just be still, relax, sleep. This is the best I felt in a long time. Y'all, I'm like, I also have like chronic bags under my eyes. It's honestly genetic. But I woke up yesterday, I'm like, dang, I ain't even got no bags under my eyes. Like, I'm real rested. So, well,
That's
actually, in this angle, they kind of came back.
okay.
But, long story short, take some time to rest, listen to your body. Don't let the weather trick you because I really think that's what got me because I was the only person sick in my house. But I did go out the past weekend and I had on like y'all like a tube top type of dress.
Girl,
Like,
she no be real with the people. She never really have on coats for real. If it's a nice day, you gonna see Shiny with a nice little hoodie over, a little pullover, maybe I don't even think she have like a jacket. She not really a coat type of girl.
okay, so you're living in the past because I've been wearing coats all winter season.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Even when I went out, although I had on a skimpy dress, I had on a coat.
Was it a coat?
Yes, it was. It was like an actual coat for real. But it
Okay.
still had I had a crazy slit up the dress. Like I'm talking all almost to my crotch, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was high. I was a high mama. I had on a long boot, but yeah, I really think that's what got me. Um, but yeah, I'm here. I feel good. Like I said, listen to your body. Make sure you guys rest. Take some time out for yourselves. The weather, it looks sunny, but it's still cold outside. So don't let that fool you. And, you know, we hope you guys had great weeks. But if not,
Try again next week.
yeah. So,
Yeah, so this week I had a lot of time on my hands because yeah, it's really crazy because you be like you be cool with somebody and you don't realize like how much they presence be like in your life. So when Shani was like gone for all those days, I just felt so abandoned. Like
girl, what?
what am I supposed to do? Because I knew something wasn't right. Back in the day, y'all remember when Shani used to ghost me? That was years ago though. But I'm like, damn, where's she been at? And I had this feeling like something wasn't right. Cause now we just at that point, I'm like, oh no, something ain't right with her. She either something not cool. So then when I called her and she told me she was sick or whatever, I'm like, okay. So there were like several times where I just wanted to, like, if I have an idea, I'll call her. Or if something random happened, I'll call her. Or if just like, shit, I just need to get something off my chest real quick, I'll call her. But I knew she was sick. So every time I had the idea, I'm just like, well, I'm going to just leave her alone and let her rest. Or I'm going to just leave her alone. And that just made me feel just alone. So anyway, I had a lot of time to watch a lot of TV
Oh my gosh.
and movies. And so I did watch Bel Air came back. So I liked the first episode of that. They only released one episode. So I'm telling you, like,
I don't think they
I
did that last. They always do that though.
well, yeah, I can't keep up because some people do 2 episodes, some people do 4, some people
Yeah.
do 1, some people nobody dropping the whole seasons no more. That's all I do know. But caught the first episode of Bel Air, thought it was pretty good. Um, Harlem ended and their little 8 episode, 2 week, 2 episode rotation. That was like the fastest 8 episodes of my life. And I feel like it ended cool, but they left us with a cliffhanger that they gonna probably make us wait a whole year or two to find out what happened. It was a big cliffhanger too. Hate when the shows do that when they know they're not about to immediately come back.
They gotta give you something. They have to have a carrot dangling for you to come back three
Yeah, I
years from
know.
now.
I
Okay.
know. It just
Hmm.
be like when you know it's done, and then you like, well,
Just
that's
gotta
it.
wait. Yeah.
Just gotta wait. And then another thing, Grace. So Grace has been on for like the last 20 seasons. I told myself that I wasn't even gonna watch it. That's one of those shows that I'm just connected to that I just feel obligated to watch. Cause I mean, you've been watching it for 20 seasons. Like, that's like, come on, that's like a connection. We in a relationship at this point. But I
Girl,
told myself we were gonna break up
I'm
this
good.
season. But I also find myself still tuning into the episode. So
What?
there's that.
You're watching it?
I watched it. I watched the first episode of the new season.
Is
So
this is the last season though, right?
no, this is the last season that Meredith, the main character,
Girl, get out of here.
she leaving, but the rest of the people, you still people.
Are you
It's
serious?
basically like, what's the point? Because literally everybody is gone except for Bailey and I can't remember the other man right now, name right now. Oh, Richard. Richard and Bailey, they the only one people still there of the original cast, and everybody else is just, interns, doctors, but it's not the same. That's why I said I wasn't gonna watch it because if Meredith gone, then it's like, what am I watching this for?
Wow. Okay. That's so crazy to me. Shout out to Shonda though. And I mean, people keep watching it. That's
Yeah.
why they keep coming back. So clearly, y'all still eating it up and y'all love it. Don't get me wrong, Grey's was such a good show. I think I told y'all I watched it when I was on maternity leave after having my daughter. And I had to like it was really, really good, but I had to stop because it was just too emotional and I was already hormonal. You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
just like, how
You
do people
won't cry
subject
on a
them?
Grace episode.
Yes. Like, how do
Every
you
trip.
subject yourself to so many emotional highs and lows week after week? I
Girl, that's
just,
all it is. That's a perfect way to describe it.
yeah,
Subjecting yourself. That was like watching This Is Us. This Is Us was definitely gonna
I
make you
can't watch
cry
that. Yeah.
every single week.
Yeah. Nah, I'm good,
Yeah.
love. Well, okay. I too had some time on my hands to watch some television once I could think. And I actually started watching a show called You, which is not new. It's been on Netflix. I tried it when it first came out. I couldn't get into it. For whatever reason now, I just literally binge watched all 3 seasons in the first chunk of season 4. Um if you tried it before and you couldn't get into it, I would give it another chance. Season 3, probably my least favorite season of them all. Hated one of the characters on there. So glad she's gone. And season 4, I like the angle that they're approaching the story this season. It's a little bit different than who you would normally think is the one that is doing the stalking. So yeah, You on Netflix, if you're interested in shows about murder or stalking or honestly just any kind of psychological thriller, because you're getting inside of this guy's head and he clearly has issues. But I don't know, I feel like it's a very in-depth look at someone who has like an issue with stalking and like controlling and what he defines as being love, but it's really obsession and whatever. So I watched
Yeah.
You. The other thing that I watched this week that I was reminded that, oh my gosh, this is so good is Love Jones. I watched it when I was younger, but I guess now that I'm like a little bit more seasoned, it just kind of hits different, the whole
Yeah.
relationship and being in love and not being able to express things and just how sometimes we really just sabotage ourselves in our relationships because for whatever reason we rather just walk away or leave something alone than to express. no, I love you. I don't want you to go to New York. Like he really let her go, and then
Right.
was running through that train station. Nina,
that
Nina, like sir, she can't hear you. But Love
that
Jones was good. But
movie always make me think of Ray because that's her favorite movie. So like she loved that movie. So I've seen that movie several times. I always thought that was a really great movie.
oh my gosh, it's so well done. I was looking at it like the colors in the movie are good. Like I felt like they did such a great job with music and even just the scenes, like weather wise, it'd be like a rainy
Yeah.
day. I don't know. It was just really well done. So if you haven't seen Love Jones recently, highly recommend. And last but not least, now I didn't watch this, but I seen a trailer yesterday, and I'm curious if you've seen it, Bianca.
But
It's for a Prime Video series that will come out on March 17th, but it's called Swarm.
I didn't see that. What it was about.
Okay, so I probably won't be watching this, just so we're clear. Um, but it appears to be about a young lady who is like the owner of a Stan account
Okay.
for like a really popular music artist. It's definitely giving Beehive vibes.
Gotcha.
It's definitely giving Beehive vibes. Like they even have like a lot of bees in the trailer. Obviously it's called Swarm, like bees swarm instead of Beehive.
Okay, yeah.
So it's definitely giving Beehive, but it gets very dark. Looks like Homegirl commits some murders. Yeah, it looks like she's like it reminds
Oh,
me of
she
what
she
was that?
like
Eminem
I was about to say that Eminem song
Stan.
Sam.
Stan. It definitely gives me Stan vibes, but in a show.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, so it's called Swarm. If you're interested, you can find the trailer online on Instagram. Just go to Prime Video and I'm sure it's there. And let us know, like, do y'all plan on watching this? I'm just curious to know what y'all think. But when I was watching, I'm like, ooh, this is a lot. It's a little too much. Um, Chloe is going to be in it. I don't think she has like a reoccurring role in it. Chloe Bailey.
Okay.
Um, is his name Damson Idris? I can't
Yeah.
remember. I think he has like a scene in it or two, maybe.
Okay.
So yeah, let me know what y'all think.
I don't know if I'm a like commit to watching it because I really don't be into the dark horror
And
twisted.
that's what it gives me.
I mean I could watch a thriller or suspense, but too much it might be a turn off. But I don't know if the girlies watch it, let us know because it sounds interesting.
It's done by Donald Glover, and I think someone else might be like a co-producer or co-director, but it definitely gives me almost like Jordan Peele
Feel
type.
vibe. Yes.
Yeah, it definitely does. So
And that's not really my genre.
me either. I struggle with those. I always watch him like one or two. I still haven't seen what was the first Jordan Peele with the
Get out.
I still ain't seen that.
Really? Okay,
Mm-mm.
wait, I could be honest. I haven't seen Get Out. I have seen
Nah, I can be honest.
I
You funny.
can be
Really?
honest. No, I haven't seen Get Out. I did see Us.
I saw Us. I saw
Yeah,
Us and I actually ended up enjoying
right.
Us.
I
Yep.
saw Us.
I saw Us
And then
too.
there's a them.
Hmm.
Isn't there another one based off like they moved to a neighborhood? It's supposed to be like the color, whatever. I think there's
I
another one.
think I know what you're talking about, but I did
Yeah.
not see that either. And then the most recent one was Nope, right?
No, right. And I didn't see
I
that one either.
haven't seen Nope either. The only one I
Yeah.
saw was Us.
Yeah. Same.
Okay, well, Swarm does give slightly Jordan Peele vibes, but again, it's done by Donald Glover. So if you like his style of cinematography and writing and all of that, that might be another reason why you might be interested in Swarm.
Really quickly, something that I did want to see, and I also was going to ask you on a friend date, Shani, because it's only a one time in theater experience, but it's a trailer for a movie that Tiana Taylor stars in. I feel like she helped write and direct it. It's called 1001.
Yes,
It's actually
I already have
only
it saved.
yeah, it's only gonna be I saw the trailer and I'm like, Okay, Tiana. Because first of all, she looked like she was really acting her ass off, and second of all, I really like how the trader like told us the story, but didn't really tell us like the story, but it still made you feel like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
this is gonna be good. So I want to check that out.
No, yeah, it looks really, really good. Check out the trailer if you guys haven't seen it. I want to say they also won some awards for that
They
movie.
did.
Yeah, at a recent film festival. And I got emotional. Like my eyes started watering up when I
Me
watched it. Yeah,
too.
I don't
And
know if it
I'm
was
like, am
like
I
the
losing my period? Because why am I so like I
I
was
think honestly, I think it was a maternal thing. You know what I
I
mean? I
think
feel
so
like you
too.
can't see anything like that as a parent and not feel like, oh, you know? So
Yeah, I think that's
definitely
what it
check that out.
is.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
good. Well, that's all I have for movies and TV.
me too. The other thing I just started watching it, but it's on Netflix. It's called The Murder of Maddox. It's basically one of those short docuseries where they be talking about them powerful families and the stuff that they be getting away with.
I
Mhm.
told you about this like 4 months ago. The murders.
Oh yeah, well I'm just not getting.
Y'all, she don't listen to nothing I say, I
You're a liar.
swear.
I do listen to what she say, but I'm just now getting
Uh,
into it. Dang, my bad.
yeah, they have one on they have another documentary on HBO as well about them.
Oh,
About
you did tell me. That's right.
oh right. Oh yeah. She did. I even posted about it online and Twitter.
Yeah.
What? No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, their family is once they really got into it. Oh, you already watched it.
I only watched the first part, the one
Girl,
on Netflix.
it's like opening up a can of worms. It's just more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And all
Hmm.
it make me think of, this is just one powerful family. I can imagine all the other stuff that get done with other powerful families around the world, but whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Well, moving on to pop culture, since we already talking about TV, I just wanted to open up with the NAACP Image Awards was last night. The girls was out here serving looks. Okay, they were looking good. It was the color,
Yeah.
it was the style. They was giving like I loved Zendaya's dress. I loved Cheryl Ralph's dress. I loved look. All the girls looked good. Angela Bassett was giving a look like it was just giving.
Ooh.
But I wanted to shout out to Abbott Elementary because they got the award for the comedy series, and I just want to say they having a run, which they deserve. But also shout out to the NAACP for giving P Valley an award because honestly, I feel like P Valley don't never get none of the TV awards for real, and that show was good for real.
Yeah. I haven't. You still been watching it?
It's not on now. That's one
Mm.
of them other shows. It's on the break, and we probably got to wait another year or two.
Oh, before it comes back. That's
Yeah.
good. Shout out to them. I didn't get a chance to catch the awards or see a lot of the looks, but in the NAACP Image Awards, I feel like are honestly one of my favorites, especially when it comes to people of color and just really recognizing the work in entertainment in our industry. Like for
Mhm.
example, like P Valley, a lot of times I feel like those don't get a look from some of the other
Right.
well-known award what's names, and it's not because it's not great TV or they're not great films or great music, but just because they're not emerged in our culture like they
Exactly.
claim to be. So shout out to the NAACP awards because we need that. You know what I'm saying? Like we need
Also,
that.
when I was watching the awards, I was, you know how they show people getting up. I'm like, they got my girl Quinta sitting in the front row.
Period.
Period. Like, I don't know. I just be real inspired by her whole blow up and growth and journey. Cause look at my girl.
Yeah. I mean, she's it's beautiful. I love you
It,
love to see it. I didn't know she was married this whole time.
yeah, she sure is married.
I
She one of those celebrities who keep her man on the low though.
I love it. I've been telling Bianca she might need to tiptoe across the line. I tried throughout the Quinta example, but I still don't think she feeling it.
And here we go.
We can keep it pushing. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay, so speaking of entertainment, it looks like people had a lot to say about Rihanna's halftime performance. Reportedly, they had complaints about it being too sexualized. Like, how the heck was Rihanna's performance too sexualized? She literally had on a full bodysuit, pregnant belly, and she gave a two-step every 8 count. Like, what are you talking about?
No, I'm not gonna lie. I do not think the performance was hypersexual. However, it was a couple moments where them dancers in they marshmallow coats was on the ground. It was definitely giving when Pretty Ricky used to come out and the guys used to
Yeah,
be like in random rooms just humping couches and
yeah.
stuff. But there were only like two moments of that. And also, if that was hypersexual, then what were all of the other Super Bowl halftime
Halftime
performances?
performances.
Where people were scantily dressed and doing a lot more. I think one thing that unfortunately people don't, I think it's a beautiful thing about Rihanna, but Rihanna just naturally oozes like, I don't know, sexual energy. You know what I mean? Like everything she does just looks sexy because I don't, that's just her natural aura or something. So maybe that's what it is. But
I know, maybe.
for
Well, maybe people just always gonna have something to complain about regardless. So it's just
also
like
true. And
whatever.
also, I feel like people also have a weird standing when it comes to seeing pregnant women just doing things and enjoying
Yeah.
life.
I feel
So
like
part
that's
of me even wonders if like her being pregnant is like, oh, this is too much. My babies are seeing a pregnant woman on TV. Now they're asking me what's in her belly. And it's like, I don't know. People are weird.
yeah.
So whatever. Screw them.
Yeah. Screw them. Also, people are weird, but people are also inventive because there's this pregnant lady in Florida, and they have those. Wanted to pass all those fetuses have rights
Yeah.
laws. So now the lady is suing to be released from jail pending her murder trial because her fetus is innocent, and the innocent fetus doesn't deserve to be in jail if the fetus did not commit the crime. So because the lady is housing the fetus, they want to appeal for her to get out of jail for a murder conviction because she's pregnant with the innocent fetus.
Listen, I don't know much about this case for me to argue otherwise, but hey, you know,
I'm then saying when you put these laws out and you make these things, you got to be ready for the loopholes that's gonna come with it. Because now you done opened the whole can of worms about who has rights and who don't, and what represent. It get messy.
mm, yeah, I have no comment on this because what? I ain't mad at this girl. Who is her lawyer? I need to know who her lawyer is. Listen, when I say the lawyers, the attorneys will come up with any angle. I
Mhm.
love it. I'm actually about to get into law because that's what I need. I need to be able to just look at all sides of something and be like, Your Honor. Actually, Article 3.2 of the House of Representatives, blah, 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 says I don't have to pay rent.
Look up that and let me know what's
What?
the loophole for
They still get on
that.
your nerves over there.
I'm just chilling, buying my time, getting by till I find my next spot. Like, I'm trying to make use of this stuff. Like, I wasn't using the apartment gym, y'all, because I was working out at home. But I was like, you know what? I'm about to start utilizing that gym because I'm about to pay for that gym. And when it get warm outside, I'm gonna be utilizing that pool because I pay for that pool. But then after that, I'm out of here. Smooth sailing into my new spot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
um. Also, speaking of babies, the brat and her wife Jessica Dupart announced today was pregnant with their first child, and Debrat was actually everybody was all surprised because Debrat was actually carrying.
Yes, I saw that. She looks so beautiful. Congratulations to them.
I just to let you know that don't let age stop your dream because I think she like 48 or something. She carrying that baby. So I know we be on this biological clock and stuff, but if you really want that baby, you could get that baby. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you can, but you let's be real though. The bird probably had her eggs frozen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you still, yes, you can definitely carry, but ladies, the fact of the matter is, okay, I was thinking about freezing my eggs. I was wondering, like, I was about to ask people yesterday, has anybody frozen their eggs? And
yeah.
what is it like? Cause
At
you
this
know,
rate, I might have to go the freeze my eggs route too, because my daughter about to be 9 in 2 weeks, and it's just looking like
I hear it's really expensive though.
really, yeah, it probably is. I'm gonna see what my job covering on the progressive family plan
Oh my gosh. I know
inside.
that's right. Shout out to good benefits packages.
For
That's
real.
so
Every
underrated.
every year they announcing a new benefit to support, moms and dads and fertility. We do have a fertility support program at our job right now. So
Mm.
all I'm saying is let me log in and see what I gotta do because
You might have to freeze them.
I don't know. I know I go back and forth and y'all gonna be annoyed, but I'm back in my I
This
could
is what
be
I'm
one.
talking about. This is what I'm talking about, y'all.
I could
One
be a
minute
one
it's on,
kid
1 minute
mom
it's
for
on.
life.
Listen, next episode, she gonna say she want 4 kids. Trust me. She be
Oh,
flip-flopping.
she a lie. I ain't never gonna say I want 4 kids in no type of situation. Like, let's be for real. If I have another kid, it literally is only gonna be a kid, one.
You don't even have control over that.
God know my heart. He know what I want.
Okay, but what if your husband is praying for something different? What if he want twins?
Oh, that's cute.
I'm not doing this with you. Not that's cute.
I don't know what to tell
Okay.
them. I don't know what to tell them if they conspire against me, but I'm a winner and I'm always gonna come out on top. So
Wow. Not they conspiring now.
so God got me, okay?
Okay. Okay.
And the last thing I wanted to talk about was shout out to Judge Mathis because they had canceled Judge Mathis, y'all, after 24 seasons. And that's history. My judge Greg Mathis been on the airwaves as the longest standing judge show. So when they canceled, I was like, dang, no more Judge Mathis. But Judge Mathis said, that's cool that they cancel my show because I got another one coming in the fall. He going to another network. He got his own show again, Mathis Court. And he just 24 hours after saying it was canceled, he was already on a new gig. And that's why I say that's how you get the bag, okay?
Mm-hmm. Love to see it. One last thing. Did y'all know that there was a Floyd Mayweather fight hosted on Zeus Network this past weekend?
No, I did not know that.
And the undercard was Natalie Nunn and
No,
Tommy
I didn't
Lee.
know about that. I did. I got the clip on that, baby.
Y'all, all I'm gonna say is Tommy, 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 baby girl.
Tommy, what were you doing?
I don't know, but honestly, I should have known when I seen Natalie's chin that she can. There's no way you go through life with a chin like that and you don't know how to fight. So I feel like everybody should have known, but I just was not.
It was
I
just
just
the way
thought Tommy,
Tommy be talking so crazy
she was
and
talking
reckless
so
and
crazy.
wow. She like I just knew she was gonna go in there and do a little something, like something. She gave us
Nothing,
nothing,
nothing.
nothing.
The funniest part is I didn't even know nothing about this until I was on Instagram, and then Saucy Santana was posting like, "I'm rooting for Tommy, yeah, yeah, Tommy." Da, 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 da. And then the next slide was him. He was recording the fight, and he like, "No, Tommy, get her up off you, get her up off you." And then he like, "Yeah, yup, yup." And then Natalie, like, oh my gosh, she just socked Tommy so hard in the face. And then Saucy Santana was like, "Well, hold on now, wait a minute." And he came back. He never came back
Cause
up.
what do you say? There's nothing to say. Like, baby girl, what did you do?
If you need the video, hit me up. I have it saved.
Yeah, girl, I had to go back. Like, ma'am. And
It
then
was
I had to
supposed to
post
go 3 rounds. It didn't even go 3 rounds.
when Shani sent it to me, I'm like, and now I got secondhand embarrassment. Thank
Where
you.
did you see when the second round was supposed to start and Tommy just like fell to the ground and just was like laying
Girl.
there?
This, just let it go.
Baby, y'all were entertaining this weekend. All right, I just want to throw that in there because trust me, if you didn't see the clips, like ugh, it's such a good laugh. It's such
It's
a good laugh.
literally a lot. For sure.
All right. Well, with that being said, I guess we can move on to this week's meeting of the mind segment, which I'm super excited, Bianca. Let us
Yeah.
know what we're gonna get into.
Okay, so this week when I was talking about all that time I had on my hands, I was also watching. I watched Megan on Peacock. Shout out to my mama for the Peacock login. Love you, girl. But when we was on Peacock, I saw that Megan was streaming in. For those of you who don't know what Megan is, it's supposed to be a horror movie about a AI, artificial intelligence style, who eventually becomes a crazy serial killer as she's trying to reprogram herself and detach herself from her owners, essentially. So I wanted to talk about this because, first of all, the movie was silly as hell. I know it's supposed to be a horror movie, but it did not give me horror. I mean, it gave horror vibes for what it was supposed to do, but I was more so laughing and thinking like this shit is crazy, more so than being like, oh my God, I'm scared. And I wanted to have a conversation with Shani because there were two things that I was really interested in as far as we see that AI is the wave. Like every artificial intelligence is coming in all kind of different areas. And in the movie, I feel like when it's good, it's good. Like it seems like, oh my God, this is great. Like this technology investment would actually be good. If I thought about it, I would enjoy having a help. Like the dial was like a helper, essentially. Like it had got to the point it was only supposed to be paired. It was only paired with the little girl. So it was like learning her likes. It was like something that she had become like emotionally attached to, that she trusted, while she had lost her parents, so she was staying with her aunt, and her aunt ran this toy company, so she was really busy. So basically, it was like the doll was essentially helping her, like make sure she got into bed at the right time and was washing her hands, and just an assistant. If you would think about it, it would be like having like an assistant. But then when shit was bad, when it got bad, which it seems like all AI technology eventually be doing, because it just gets so smart. It's like, why would we want something like that could start off so good, make us feel good, and then just like destroy us like simultaneously? It was crazy.
Right. So I just feel like it's so layered. So for those, I feel like everyone understands what artificial intelligence is for the most part, but it's literally just the ability of a digital computer or a computer control robot to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent beings. That's like the actual definition of it. So there are actually like a lot of benefits for this. And honestly, I feel like people don't notice, but we already are using some forms of AI. When I was doing research for this, they were saying that most AI falls within like three categories. Like there's seven different types of AI, but they mostly fall within three categories. One is strong AI, which sounds like that's what Megan was, which is like a machine whose overall intellectual ability is equal to a human being, essentially, is what it sounds like, which is when you think about it, it's really, really creepy. It sounds really
Yeah.
creepy.
And even though they had, like you were saying, they had gave her tasks or gave her instructions or parameters or even boundaries around like what was appropriate and what was not, because she is an artificial, that level artificial, she was always learning and reprogramming herself to the point that she programmed herself to not be programmed. Like that's the crazy
Crazy, crazy. So you have strong AI, then you have something called applied AI, which is they also say it's called advanced information processing. So that type of AI is more like your smart devices, your phone, your medical equipment, stuff like that, where it's like it's learning, you can put stuff in, it'll give you answers, but it doesn't 100% replace a human being. And then they have cognitive simulation. So this is the type of AI when like a computer is really just used to test theories on how the human mind works. But it's kind of funny because when I was looking into this, those are like the three kind of forms, but even within there are four more types of AI. So there's reactive, which means it has no memory and it only responds to different stimulants. There's limited memory, which means the AI will use memory to learn and improve its responses. And then there's like theory of mind, which means that the AI can understand the needs of other intelligent entities. And then one is self-aware, which means that this AI is almost human-like intelligence and they're self-aware. So it almost sounds like Megan like had memory, like she was like three of these where she could use the things that she was learning to improve or like basically
Oh, she was like it.
enhance herself. Ugh.
It got to the point where like they'll be like, well, first because she was a doll, so she was only paired to the child that she was supposed to be designed to protect.
Mm-hmm.
But then she was kind of like overstepping her boundaries a little bit. So the creator was trying to turn her off and she couldn't. Then she
Wow.
had to like reprogram her so that she was like also her owner too. So then it had got to the point where she was able to turn her off, but then Megan had programmed her to where she was just faking acting like she was off. She was never really off. She had got to the point where she didn't need the commands or like she was actually thinking or like she had took what she was seeing and she like I'm my own like this is how I'm processing it. Like it's just
Mm.
I think what's scary to me is because every time we see a movie like this about the third level of AI where they have the ability to like really act almost very human like is that they eventually get to the point where they like you can't tell me what to do and then they just start acting up crazy then you can't stop them and it
Right.
just makes me think if we have more of these devices like I remember when they was talking about like police robots and things where they would try to replace humans with artificial intelligence, but what about when the artificial intelligence get fed up, just like the humans get fed up? Then what? It seemed way harder to stop than just an actual person.
You're right. I don't know. It's really interesting because even within my industry in mortgage, we are already seeing concerns, ethical concerns when it comes to the use of AI. So a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of companies are already using a version, that I listed before of AI. Sometimes this AI is already making decisions on credit worthiness, health and medical decisions. They're using AI to employ people or to like decide who they're hiring. Like a lot of companies are using AI to automatically send emails, messages, all of these things based on like cues or codes. A lot of times it's not even like a person like responding to you. It might be legit like an AI whatever in somebody's computer box. But the concerns are is that although these things are coded, there are fears that sometimes it may be consciously or unconsciously created with biases already inside of it.
Yeah.
So in my industry in particular, we're noticing that, like I said, sometimes it can be used for credit worthiness, where if an applicant gets denied, we know that this algorithm or this AI told us that this applicant is not cannot get credit.
Right.
But the problem with AI is that sometimes even the people don't fully understand how the AI is coming to the decision that it came to.
Yeah.
So it's it's really, really difficult. And right now, like literally right now, there are tons of organizations out there asking for more regulations because right now, artificial intelligence is not really regulated. There are not a lot of rules or boundaries or parameters set to necessarily govern what corporations can and cannot do with the AI, how they can and cannot use it. And I think that's what where a lot of the fear comes in because it's like if there aren't things put in place sooner than later, what can this really lead to? A lot
Yeah.
of people are even concerned that some of the generative AI that we're seeing, which are you familiar with the chat GPT?
My brother just told me about that. Like when we was on my group FaceTime, I don't know how we was talking about this too. And he was like, yeah, you can use group GPT, ask it anything. It's AI, it'll give you the answer.
Yep. So a lot of people are concerned with generative AI, which is more like this chat style that we're seeing a lot more of, where literally you can ask this thing to like you can put in like let's say your employment history and you can ask this thing to write you a cover letter for a resume
Yeah.
and it'll write you a cover letter. Like right now there people are using it to write books. Like it will write a full book for you. It will.
It's so funny because when my brother tried to show us as an example, he told it to make a verse. And it made a verse and it was good. It was actually good.
No, like the chat GP is, and that's the thing, because when you think of it for stuff like that, it's seems so cool and so harmless. But one of the biggest fears, even with generative AI, is that when it comes to people or maybe places where they aren't using it for just cool, minute things like that, it can be used to create propaganda. It can be used to create, things that could potentially harm or influence people the wrong way. Like it's actually already in use in other countries. I ain't gonna say no names, but in other countries where they're literally using generative AI to create propaganda to influence their countries or, you know what I mean, their people to seeing things one way, the way that they want it to be seen. And
Yeah.
because, these people control everything in that country, they can do that. So it's a big fear for a lot of people that also that eventually that this could be used to in some sense brainwash, you know what I'm saying, the
Yeah.
masses. So it's there's a very, very fine line in the I don't want to say the safety of AI, but just like I said, the ethics of AI. And it's like at what point do authorities, do governments, do you know what I mean? People intervene to create boundaries, rules, regulations. Like,
Yeah, because that was another thing in Megan. At one point, the creator could see like things weren't right, and she was trying to take it away from her niece, who she had paired it with. But the niece had got so attached, and when she tried to take it away, it had made her act erratic. Like she was acting crazy because she was like just so used to this technology being at her disposal. To take it away was making her feel crazy. And I feel like that could happen in a real world situation. Like, say, I don't know, they could fucking invent some AI your perfect match and in the future, and you have this perfect husband or wife that is AI generated. It adapts itself to you. It teaches, it's like literally made for you. But then they're like, actually, we got to take it away. Then the people would be like aggressive and be like, what do you mean you're taking away my perfect husband? And what am I supposed to do? Or like, I feel like that would have a mental psychological effect on people as well, because then they get used to whatever that AI was providing for them, whether it was emotional, whether it was doing the task around the house. Like, I just feel like it could just cause so much imbalance once it's even introduced or even safely taken away from you, because then people have expectations that real people can't give that the AI did.
mm-hmm. No. Yeah, and that's the thing. Also, you have to remember What makes AI so great is that you essentially can just load all of this data into it and based off of everything that it's collected or that was loaded into it, it can generate responses, answers, it can do tasks, actions. But the difference between AI and humans is that we still have a moral compass.
Yeah.
AI, that's
That's
one
it. I
thing
don't
that
know about
it
y'all.
will, yeah, it just lacks because even if you program, basic right and wrong functions, at some point we know that situations can get complicated. Some
Yeah.
things aren't always black and white. So it's like, what happens when it gets to that point where it doesn't have a moral compass to then decide, okay, I'm supposed to do this. And it's like, actually, I'm just going to kill them all.
No,
Like,
because like even when the owner was asking like Megan, did she do something? She'd be like, her answers would be like, I mean, yeah, but what's the big deal? Because like it had to happen based off whatever. Like her logic was like, I mean, what's the big deal?
mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know. To be fair, like I said, we're already using AI. AI is already on our phones, in our computers. It's honestly on a lot of the apps that we use. It's there and it's collecting data so that it can understand how we think, how we interact, what do we like, what do we dislike, what are we skipping past on our feeds, what are we searching for more of. So in theory, I hate to say it's kind of already, it's here, basically what I'm saying. It's here. So it's like, how as a society then do we manage it?
I feel like I realized that I recognize it's here. I'm just thinking about how far it'll actually go. Like that's what I keep thinking.
Yeah, I seen this article and it was interesting because they had actually what was it on? I think it was on a site called The Verge. I could be wrong, but they were talking to a group of scientists who have actually been are pioneers in the artificial intelligence community. And one of the questions that they posed were like, are you guys afraid of where AI is? And he did not say that they were afraid, but he did say we are a little bit spooked by how quickly AI has evolved and how far it can still go. And then he also mentioned, like, obviously the big question is people want to know is, will AI get to the point where it's like, basically in like human like robots and walking around? And he was like, I think we would be foolish to think that it does not get to that point. But he did say, I feel like he's like, I know at the earliest, possibly 10 years. If everything, yeah, he was like at the earliest 10 years, but he was like everything would have to basically go right. And no, basically 10 years with no issues. But he's like, but we're probably looking more so like 50 plus years out.
Mm,
But I don't think it's going to be 50 years. I think we
I don't
live
think so either.
in a society that craves technological advancements and are willing to go through trial and error real time, unfortunately, to just be able to say like, hey, we were the first to do X, Y, and Z. And I could see it happening more like 15, 20 years maybe. um but I don't know.
I don't know either.
The other thing about AI is like I love it, but it takes away from like human jobs. And
Yeah, that's the other thing I think about because I mean, there are jobs that can easily be replaced by artificial intelligence where they will be like budget
tons.
cuts. This will save the company money, we'll grow with this, and it wouldn't necessarily be detrimental to switch from humans to robots. So I don't like that either. Because with all
Mm-mm.
the peoples on the planet, people got to be employed.
We better get involved and become machine technicians.
I don't know.
That's gonna be the popping field in the future.
I could
Get
see
it,
it.
learn yourself a technology skill
Yeah,
or
so that
machinery. Yeah,
or
like
somewhere a body who actually programmed the stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Any of the tech fields, coding, engineering, uh, mm,
I don't know either, girl.
I don't know. So if someone offered you a Megan like Dow, but I know I feel like your opinion is definitely a little swayed because you just watched that movie. But
Yeah.
for real, like if you could keep like an AI doll for just 1 week, 1 week you could have that AI helper in the house helping out. Would you do it?
I don't think so. It seemed great though. Like I'm not gonna lie, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think so because I would just be scared. I'm already paranoid about this situation. Um, but I feel like for others, because they were gonna charge $10,000 for that doll in the movie, and the
Sheesh.
people was gonna pay for it. If I had a doll who was here and they could be cooking dinner and helping Bria with her homework and doing other tasks while I'm assisted, that sounds amazing. Like I would love that. And that definitely sounds worth paying a lot of money for.
Mhm.
But I feel like my paranoia would not allow me to think like, what the hell is this doll doing when we sleep? What if this doll is creating some secret plans behind our back? What if at the end of the week, that's when she decided, like, all right, I got enough information on them. I know how to take them out.
Oh my
Like I would
gosh.
just be worried about stuff like that.
That's fair. Okay.
Would you? Would you spend some money on something like that?
Nah, I wouldn't spend no money on that.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't spend any money on that. I'm still kind of I'm old school and simple in a way that, don't get me wrong, I love my technology. I love the convenience that it offers, but I still very much so find the beauty in actually like doing my own research, like
Yeah.
reading through books. Like I still play actual records, like I like going outside, put my feet in the grass. Like I just, although it would be nice to have help, although it would be nice to just be able to assign something to a doll or tell my computer to help my daughter with her homework or whatever the case may be. Like, I just, I feel like ultimately, not to sound like an a-hole, but I just feel like it makes us as humans more lazy.
Yeah.
And I'm cool on it. So,
Yeah, it definitely does. It gives us something else to rely on and not have to do something.
yeah. So, well,
Well, y'all let us know what y'all think about artificial intelligence. Y'all send us an email or write us or just give us y'all opinion. Cause like I know Shani said it's year like we are using this every day, but I just can see things escalating and skyrocketing in the AI industry like more than we already currently have are experiencing. And I feel like that's why they want us to be exposed to it so much. So it's not really like a new thing. So it's just like, yeah, AI. Like even the restaurants that they be having they got delivery robots that will deliver your food, or they got the robots in restaurants that'll bring the food out instead of the waitresses. Like, all of that stuff is just among us. So it's just interesting to just be, to just think about how that could really affect your everyday life in the future.
yeah, for sure. So, with that being said, we want to thank you guys so much for listening. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and rate our podcast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud. Yes, we are back on there now. We figured that out. SoundCloud, Spotify, anywhere that podcasts are streamed.
That's right. And don't forget to tell your friend, your homegirl, your homeboy, or anybody that you know what your favorite podcast is and how to find it and where to listen every Monday to get their week started off right.
All right. And on that note, we are going to close it out. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.